All right, thanks for joining. All right, we're going to split this live up into two sessions because usually after this broadcast, I jump over to Clubhouse. So today, I'm going to do it all in one. All right, thanks for joining. So you're currently seeing what everyone sees when they log into the Autonomy application, mobile or web, right? We're adding more and more real estate deals. We're adding more and more event categories so that people in the general public can create events that everyone can see. Within your business or within your family, you can also select different event types or create events for your personal use. Right? As far as um, Autonomy CEOs and their staff, they use or they are going to be using these different events to help find activities of daily living for their clients and also help their clients participate in activities of daily living by helping them participate in the planning of their everyday lives. Very cool, right? Right now, we're going to discuss this drop pin right here, 1204 Warren Street. All right. So, real estate opportunity in an area where there's an autonomy CEO, um, where they'll be expanding their service delivery to provide home and community supports to adults with autism, intellectual disabilities, older adults, and they're also looking for to provide daycare services as well. The entire life cycle of someone with special needs. And it's very well possible. Let's jump over to see the property that is available and how you can access it through the Autonomy application. So if you register, you can click on real estate deals, or at the top under the search bar, you are also able to find this event category, and it'll just sort through and update the application to update the map so you can see the different types of deals. When I share real estate deals, it's in opportunity zones that I create based on my experience within markets that could help autonomy CEOs, as well as the referrals that they're receiving, find housing and move into a community setting that they desire. All right. And most of these areas are close to places of things to do, large cities or cities where they can frequent, or there are other people where they can participate in activities of daily living within, say, 15 to 30 minutes, for example. It could be by public transportation or through some type of local loop, bus loop that can be offered. All right. So, within the autonomy application, realtors or anybody that's selling a property can add their property and use this drop pin, as well as have open houses or allow people to communicate with them. In this instance, I'm adding the actual listing, so just for documentation purposes, but we're able to bring in the actual listing agent as well and be able to communicate with them directly within the application. All right. All right. So this specific property is an eightplex, 8 units. On the top right, there are 2 units, top bottom 2 units, top left 2 units, top bottom 2 units, front and back. It's pretty big. Right. And this is a public channel. So within the autonomy application, you are able to see public channels and search for them. So you can just type in 1204 Warren on the team side or on the map side, and you'll be able to see. All right. Um, it also includes the link. Again, we can invite the actual listing agent here, ask any questions. In the future, if you have a property, you can invite agent, potential investors. You can make other channels. You can actually have and manage the entire process from the time you first set eyes on the property. And I'm pretty confident in the autonomy application and how it can help real estate professionals as well as landlords, developers manage their real estate assets, the ongoing construction process, as well as after, um, while in service. Right? So with the autonomy application, it really helps when looking at or finding different areas, because within the application you can uh, use Street View right within the application, so we can actually see uh, a street view of the property here. Let's see, get a nice angle, because they actually don't have a street view. Google does not have a street view of the actual street, but as you can see, this is the actual property right here, main road, many shops and things in the area, but it's desperately needed as far as affordable housing opportunities, not just for adults, but for seniors as well. And it's off the main road on a half-acre land at a great price. So this is an opportunity for investors as well as the Autonomy CEO to come together for a great opportunity. In worst case scenario, um, affordable housing can be offered. But best case scenario, 24-hour care can be offered, respite care can be offered, transitional housing can be offered, um, long-term housing for a senior can be offered at a fraction of the cost. How cool is that? And within the autonomy application, you can find activities in the area because of our autonomy CEO in the area that's already practicing and living in the area. So you have an inside look at what's going on. Not a large agency with hundreds of clients or staff. This is a small organization with a clinician that's focused on value-based care. Right? So whoever lives in this property will get an added bonus of value, um, uh, as they live there, and receive services. Right? As far as specifically what type of unit will which service, it's up to the clinician at the time who's provider who is providing services in the area. The demand in the area could be um, just transitional housing, helping people transition out of a institutional type setting, but they can live on their own, and maybe they don't qualify for 24-hour care. So something like this could really help as far as transitional housing, so they can receive supportive employment and be able to find a home or apartment of their own, maybe with a roommate. Something like that could be offered. So you could really open up the types of housing opportunities with home health care, and also the types of clients that could be receiving home or community health care. So I really like that. And I really like how our agencies are able um, to offer such a solution. It's really hard for mom and pop type shops to offer such a solution, but because autonomy CEOs are more efficient, because they're able to use such a tool in autonomy, um, they can leverage everything and be able to offer such a solution to those in their local communities. All right. So I'm gonna switch gears here. And for those that do want to check out the property, you can just click on real estate deals after registering. And when you click on this, you can click on this arrow right here to jump to the channel. Just jump to the channel. All right. All right. So what I do every week is I go on Clubhouse or I share through the different social media networks the opportunity to become a DSP. And the reason why I do that is because so many people, such as males coming out of high school, um, even in their 20s, they have a dream. It could be females too. They have a dream of becoming a great athlete where they're uniquely selected or drafted into um, professional league where they're making millions. And a lot of times when they're not selected or they're not good enough, they really don't have purpose for the rest of their lives. And so we really want to shift the narrative and help them see an opportunity in healthcare. And the reason why is because there's huge turnover in home healthcare. Um, there's a huge problem because most employers, not just mom and pops, even I believe larger organizations are even worse, they're unable to really pay living wages. All right. Autonomy CEOs are definitely able to pay living wages, even go above and beyond and pay even more. But as far as the majority of organizations that are still existing, they're unable to really offer a career path for these workers that do such a great job in home and community settings, helping people reach their goals and helping them really find purpose in life. So why not help DSPs see the potential in themselves and their future? So I call it the healthcare draft because if you actually prepare to um, become a healthcare professional, say in high school, learning more about your body and naming the different parts of your body and studying anatomy, you'll be able to hit the ground running in college. It's kind of like taking pre-calc in high school or those advanced courses, those AP courses. You can kind of get ahead a little bit further ahead in healthcare, service delivery, med administration while in high school. You could really open up opportunities at a younger age and really create a wealth for yourself and your families. And people don't see that opportunity. And um, I'm hoping as we continue to do outreach that more and more people do see the opportunity while using autonomy. It's hard with mom and pop shops or even larger organizations, but with our network, we're able to leverage our clinical network, our interdisciplinary network of clinicians to help those get into the different types of fields where they can really thrive and potentially become a CEO and really help more people in their local communities with better professional leadership, right? And by being being a DSP within our network, they'll continue to receive that mentorship uh, from their clinician supervisor who also has been in the field, probably working for hospitals or long-term care SNFs, um, or even have their own practice. That professional approach could really help DSPs see the potential in themselves and in their future to come. So let's just say, hypothetically speaking, someone registers in autonomy the first day that they graduate high school. They're able to really train. Become an RBT, after 6 months. Uh, from there, they're really focused. They can become certified and receive those hours by a BCBA or continue to be a DSP where they can work and gain experience. And again, if they're working within the autonomy network, they're right now receiving um, living wages. If they're in an area where there's a autonomy CEO with housing available, such as the one that we just discussed, they maybe could receive 30 months housing, who knows, or 6 months housing, so they can um, have a savings account. That type of incentive and offering is usually offered in different industries, but we're able to leverage um, our network so such an offering can be offered. All right. And I think it's really cool because we are able to leverage our technology to offer different types of incentives to DSPs and help them stick around longer. We want them to stick around longer than 6 months. We want them to stick around longer than 9 months. So, by really helping them easily train, easily connect, have the tools to that they can use in their personal lives and to find work, really make it easy for them. Those that are using the application love it, and so they would also love it because it's really easy to use. It's really easy to use, and as we bring on more courses to learn more about different industries such as physical therapy, becoming a BCBA, becoming an occupational therapist, or even a nurse, going to CNA school will help and guide them with the different types of um, levels that they can take to earn a living wage and get the proper credentials so that they can really have a career that they desire without jumping from job to job. All right. We really want to help them shift that mindset. Right. So hopefully that was helpful. Again, I call it the healthcare draft because out of high school you can go to college and you could possibly get your master's in 5 years. But after that 5 years or 4 or 5 years or 6 years, if you're using autonomy through that span, you really would come out with the experience to get drafted, hypothetically speaking, but you'll get the opportunity to generate wealth for yourself and your family as if you were drafted into a professional league. And again, it is a professional league. You're not drafted, it's available for everyone. Um, but you'll have the proper skill sets um, to actually be qualified and start your journey as a business owner with those proper credentials. If you don't, you can definitely search those other providers that are out there, and there are many of them. Many of those providers that really don't have the experience or know-how, but looking to leverage another clinician to help them um, get the profits out of the business. And that's what we really don't want. We want you to be efficient as possible by leveraging your experience and the technology to eliminate waste, any type of middleman as possible, so that you can be more efficient, automate any type of back office needs that you have so you can focus on oversight, mentorship, and quality care. All right. Thank you all for joining and have a blessed weekend.